Hey guys, in this video we're going to be making a flip card system like you would see on an e-commerce site, and we're only using CSS to style this thing, so there's no JavaScript at all. So it's just going to be like a little cabin website. You have a Shenandoah, Boulder, and Gatlinburg, Tennessee cabins, and as you hover over these, they just flip around to show you a picture on the other side. This is also great for something like a site where you're showing at the front of a shirt, the back of a shirt, or something like that. So we're going to jump into it here. I just have 3 pictures here for my cabin, and then I'm going to create an index.html file, and then we're also going to have a style.css file. So it's just going to be CSS and HTML. I'm using VS Code here, so we're just going to use the Emmet boilerplate. We'll make this flip card as the title, and then I'm just going to use live server with this. So all right, let's get this out of the way here. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in a few things that I know I'm going to need. I'm going to use one font awesome icon. It's that tree, and I'm just pasting in the CDN here. And then we're also going to do a link to our style sheet here. Okay, so we're going to have one div, and we're going to give it a class of heading, and this is just going to say our cabins. So that's just going to be the top. And then we'll have a div with the class of container. Can't type today. With container. And then we'll have another div with a class of flip card. And then we'll have a div with a class of flip card inner. And we're going to have a div with the class of flip front. And inside the front, we're just going to have an H1, and it's going to be Shenandoah, Virginia. Okay, so that's the front, and then we're going to have a div with the class of flip back, and that should be it for all of those. And this inside here, we're just going to have an image. We're going to have an image here with the source of cabin 1. So here's what our cards are going to look like, and then we'll style them a little bit to make everything line up right. So we're just going to take this, and we're going to add 2 more and change our source. It's going to be cabin2.jpg and cabin3.jpg. So now it's going to look like this. I just pulled these images from Google, but this is what it's going to look like before any of our styling, and the rest is going to be CSS. So let's go ahead and style our heading, and we'll give this a font size of 50 pixels, and we'll give it a text align center. Okay, and then we'll give our container, and we'll display as grid, and then we'll do grid template columns, and we'll do 1 fraction, 1 fraction, 1 fraction. So that'll give us everything lined up. As you can see, they're huge over here, so it's obviously not going to look right, but we'll style those in next. And then we'll just justify items to the center, and then we'll give a padding for the whole flip card, or for the whole container, just to center it a little bit better. Okay. Next, we're going to style our flip card. Oops. And this is going to be a background of transparent, a width of 250 pixels. So I'm just making these things right here. And then it's going to be a height of 300 pixels, 200. And then I'm going to go ahead and style my images here just to clean this up a little bit. So dot flip back image. So we're taking the images out of the flips, the back of the flip. So we'll do a height of 100% of the container, and we'll do a width of 100% of the container. So that'll style everything nicely. You can see it's nice and responsive. So, okay. One thing I did forget to put in here, and I'm just going to grab that, is going to be our little icon. And I have this on the front underneath H1. And I just got this from our Font Awesome. And then we'll style this as well and give this dot flip front I, and we'll give it a font size of 3 rem, and we'll give it a color of RGB 74, 110, 79. Okay, and then a padding top, and we'll see all this when we go back to it. Okay, there you go. So now we have the front, which is this, and then we'll have the back, which is this, so we'll style that now. So we're going to do the flip card inner, and this is going to be position of relative to keep it inside. We're going to give it a width of 100%, a height of 100%. We're going to text align to the center, and here's where we're going to transform it. So we'll do our transition here, transition, and we'll transition our transform, and we'll do 0.8 seconds. Then our transform style, we're going to do as preserve 3D. Okay. So that looks good. Everything's centered up nicely there. Okay. Now we're going to do our hover. So this is just keeping everything inside and the transform on the full card. And now we'll do the hover of this. So flip card hover. And we're also going to do flip card inner. And here's where we'll put our transform. And this would just be to rotate the y-axis, and we'll do it 180 degrees. So now we've got everything moving along like it should. Okay. Now let's style our, or we'll position the front and back side. So flip back, let's do flip front and flip back. And this is going to be position absolute, width 100%, height 100% of the container here. And then we'll do back face visibility hidden. Here we go. So now we have just our back showing. And now when we hover, it's doing what we want, but it's not showing our front yet. So let's do the flip front. We'll give it a background of %F1 or pound F1, F1, F1. Give us a nice light gray color. We'll give our text a color of pound EEE or 333. And then we'll give I'm going to give it a box shadow. And this is going to be a little bit of a long one. But we'll give it a box shadow of 0, 2 pixels, 4 pixels, 0. And then we're going to use RGBA value of 0, 0, 0, 0.16. And then we're going to do 0, 2 pixels, 10 pixels, 0, and then an RGBA value of 0, 0, 0, 0.12. Okay. And then we're going to want to put this as the front one. So when we hover, it'll transform the other way. So we want to start off with these fronts as transformed Y so that when we hover, it'll transform back. Is what we're doing, is how we're accomplishing this. So same thing, rotate 180 degrees. Oops. Or rotate Y 180 degrees. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? I have this on the wrong one. We're going to do this on the back. We're going to have that on the back. So here we have the flip back, and we'll do the same here, except we'll start with transform, rotate Y 180 degrees. Had that wrong. There we go. Okay, so now we have our fully functional CSS flip card. Oh, didn't change any of these. Boulder, Colorado. And this is Gatlinburg, Tennessee. There we go. So now we have our different cabins. Everything's looking good. And the reason I kept, the reason I kept background and color, if for some reason the image fails, we just want a standard background that matches the other one so it doesn't look funky when it flips. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to see anything else. Thank you.